Hey guys, and welcome back to Eileen's World and the next stop on my world tour, Okinawa, Japan. In this video, I'll be sharing my tips on visiting the Hawaii of Japan, along with a 4-day guide on what to do on the main island. If you plan on visiting the main island of Okinawa soon, or curious about what the tropical side of Japan is like, then this video is for you. For your planning purposes, we visited the island at the end of May, which is after Golden Week and before the beginning of peak season in July. The best way to get to Okinawa is by plane, and from Tokyo, the flight will take around 2.5 to 3 hours. We flew into Naha Airport, which is located in Naha, the capital of Okinawa, and the main point of entry for visitors. Getting around Okinawa Island is definitely not as convenient as getting around other major cities in Japan like Tokyo or Osaka. Public transportation is available on the island, but nowhere near the level of other major Japanese cities. We were in Okinawa for 8 days and decided to rent a car for only the first half of the trip since car rental was pretty expensive. And for the remainder of the days we were there, we used buses and walked to get around. If you're not renting a car, upon arrival, you can take the Okinawa Airport Shuttle to your accommodation. There are 2 routes that begin at the airport and go up north to Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium. There's also the U monorail from the airport that serves the Naha area. So if your accommodation is in Naha, this is another option for you. Outside of Naha, buses will be the most common form of public transportation. I'll have more detailed information about how to use those shuttles and buses later on in the video. Lastly, if you want to island hop or take a day trip out of the main island, there are ferry services that depart from different ports located throughout the island. We stayed in an Airbnb in Nago, which is located in the northern part of the island. From our experience, accommodations in Okinawa can be much cheaper and more spacious than other major cities that we have previously visited in Japan. Depending on the length of your stay, you can consider spending half of your trip in Naha and the other half in Nago, especially if you don't have a car. This will help cut down the driving time required to get from one end of the island to the other.
And I'm gonna give you guys an Airbnb tour because this is super spacious and it has everything we need to be comfortable for the next 8 nights. We got our toilet in here, which is great. It's separate from the bathroom. Here is the bathroom. We have a washer and a dryer. Like, we haven't had a dryer in so long. Desperate need to do laundry. It's been a while. Standard shower, bathtub situation over here. Here's one of the bedrooms with the bigger bed. This is what the kitchen looks like. This is the largest kitchen that we have had since we've been in Japan. I did go to the groceries and pre-made food, 20% off, you can't beat that. Microwave, toaster, kettle, rice cooker, giant like sink and stove. Here is the living room area. We got our couch, TV, dining table. I appreciate that this table is super big as well. Here's that second bedroom I was telling you guys about, which we could close it off. And we have a terrace, which is nice. Well, it is called Mahina Terrace. And yeah, that's our Airbnb. This is home for the next week.
Like the rest of Japan, having cash on hand is a necessity. While credit cards are accepted in shops in urban areas, markets, and convenience stores, some smaller restaurants and shops, especially in rural areas, are cash only. Regarding IC cards, Okinawa has their own version of the IC card called Okika. For public transportation, IC cards like Passmo or Suica will only work on the U monorail. For any other form of public transportation, you'll need to use cash if you choose not to get an Okika card. During the last 10 months of my traveling, using an eSIM has been the most convenient option for me to stay connected. If your phone has eSIM capabilities, you won't need to buy a SIM card upon arrival, and there's no physical card to switch out. When I run out of data, I can easily top up on my phone. And depending on the destination and length of stay, I look at different eSIM providers to see which one offers the best package for me. For Japan, I use AirAllo, and if you want $3 off your first purchase, you can use the code on my screen. For our first day in Okinawa, we made the 25-minute drive up north to Okinawa Churaumi Aquarium, which is considered to be one of the world's largest and best aquariums.
One thing I love about Japan is that no matter where you go, they always have special items based on wherever you're at. So like, for example, this machine has Churaumi soda pop. It has a whale shark on it. It's 150 yen. They don't rip you off here. Everything is very reasonably priced. How cute are these tickets? And look, there's a cafe down there, and you can reserve seats to sit and have your lunch right by the water. Isn't that so cool? So there's lots of places to get a good view. And yeah, you can also stand in front of the tank. Very cool. We are now in the Shark Research Center, which you not only can look at sharks, but you can learn about them as well. So this is pretty cool here. We have a fetus of a great white shark. Wow. This looks so crazy. So I guess from all the food, the stomach of the fetus becomes swollen. And as the embryo grows, its swollen stomach gradually gets smaller. And then when it's born, the pup has similar appearance to its parents. We made it to my favorite spot of any place I go to. A souvenir store. For 1850 yen, you can get this set to make this Churaumi curry. How cute is this packaging? I think they have, I don't know, cookies or something in here. I'm at Cafe Ida, which is right by the entrance / parking lot. Got some taco rice and a juice for lunch.
Created in the 1980s to feed the U.S. military personnel in Okinawa, taco rice is now one of Okinawa's national dishes and of course a must-try if you're there.
Rice, we got beef, we got cheese, we got lettuce, and we have tomatoes, and I'm gonna put some hot sauce on there now. Hot sauce is in. Let's get a good bite. It's like Taco Bell beef, ground beef, which I love, on top of Asian rice with a layer of cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, and a hot sauce. So good. This is what I need after all these months of being in Asia. It's just the closest thing to Mexican food that I can get. Just one little comment to the chef is that I think they need to work on their rice to beef ratio because too much rice, not enough beef. They have trolleys that take you from point to point. It's 300 yen for a single ride, or I think 500 for the entire day. And you've got to see how cute this one is.
While a ticket is required to visit the aquarium, there are other attractions at the park that are free, such as the sea turtle and manatee pool and the dolphin lagoon.
So they have photo opportunities too. So I don't know how they do it, but dolphin photo service. Limited to the first 20.
And it doesn't stop there. You can also visit the cobalt blue waters and white sands of Emerald Beach, which is just a 7-minute walk from the aquarium.
The beach here, Emerald Beach, has a cute little food, snack, drink stand, and while I want one of each, we decided to get the Chuda Blue craft beer Kanpai. Alright, let's take this time and show you guys what I got from the gift store. Remember that vending machine that I was showing you at the entrance? Well, I had to get the Churaumi soda pop. I'll enjoy this at home after I put it in the fridge. And then I got an ornament for my Christmas tree. Drum roll, please. It's our whale shark.
What do you get for me?
What do you guys think of my new phone accessory? Is it too much? Should I take out a couple?
And while we're in the northern part of the island, I want to share another kid-friendly option that's located in Nago City and less than 30 minutes from the aquarium. Nago Pineapple Park is a small theme park with a pineapple theme, of course. There's a cute train that takes you around a tropical garden and pineapple field, lots of photo ops, and pineapple flavored snacks for you to try. And for the adults, you can visit the winery or the distillery to try some pineapple wine or some rum.
Made it to Todoroki Waterfall. We just came from the aquarium. It's about a 40-minute drive. That's the waterfall, and that's the photo of the waterfall. This one looks like it's just gushing. So the rock that is there to the right, it's a giant one-piece rock which was made 10 million years ago. So the waterfall's a little bit underwhelming. You're pressed for time. I'm not sure if the place is worth a stop. I mean, it's a quick stop and it was 200 yen per person, so you don't lose that much, but just saying.
If you're staying in Nago or plan on being in the area for the day, stop by Jambaru Taco for some taco rice and tacos. They have a small menu, but the food is really well priced and probably the best taco rice that I had the entire trip.
We got 3 packs of hot sauce. Very interested to see how this is gonna taste. I know this all looks the same right now, but there are 4 tacos in here, 2 chicken, 2 beef, and this is the large taco rice. All right, here's what they look like when they're all plated up. Taco shell looks legit. They sell rotisserie chicken there, so they really fill this up with their rotisserie chicken. And here is what the inside of the taco, beef taco, looks like.
For our second day in Okinawa, we took a day trip to Tokashiki Island. We drove an hour and a half south to Tomari Port, which is located in Naha. We reserved our tickets online ahead of time, and I recommend doing this, especially during peak season. Keep in mind, while you can reserve the tickets online, you'll still have to pay for the tickets at the port office, so arrive with enough time to do so. There are a limited number of ferry trips each day, and the schedule varies by season and sea condition, so check the website for schedule updates. And I'll leave the link to the reservation website in my description box. The ferry took an hour and 10 minutes, and the trip was comfortable with lots of seats inside and outside of the ferry.
We started over here, we're going here.
We didn't really know how to get around once we got on the island, but there's a bus station right at the exit of the Tokashiki port. Our plan for the day was to spend the afternoon at Aharon Beach, so we hopped on the bus for the 15-minute drive to the beach. It's really important to have enough cash on you for the bus fare, food, and any beach gear you plan on renting.
Here we are, we made it to the beach. The water is blue like hypnotic, and there's just a few people, and then just the ones who just got off the bus with us, so it's like our own private beach here. Got my vest, got my snorkel. Actually, it was $1,200. It was $1,200, but because I told them I don't need the fins, they just charged me $1,000 versus $1,200. Just got out of the water from snorkeling, as you can see from my snorkel head. Saw some really cool fishes under there. So the beach is divided where if you want to go snorkeling, you can snorkel here, but you have to have a life jacket, which I did because I rented the entire set. However, if you don't, you can snorkel on that side of the beach where it's not guarded by the lifeguards. Also came back to a trail of potato chips, which we forgot to pack back in, and then the lifeguard came up to me and told me, "Crows, potato chips." And I said, yeah, I got it. Here's a map of the beach, and like I was saying, there you see that's the area where the lifeguards are watching over and where you need a life jacket to snorkel, and then if you don't have it, then you can swim in the restricted area, but it's at your own risk. We are grabbing some lunch. It's 2 o'clock before the bus comes at 3. I assume it's coming at 3 o'clock, and they have your taco rice, which I've already eaten for the past 2 days, so I'll skip on that, but I'm gonna go at the Okinawa soba, and Jose is getting the pork curry. Got our Okinawa soba here, and here's the pork curry. Someone just moved it all around. We're all here waiting for the bus. It's 3:03, no bus in sight, but there was a bus that came 30 minutes ago and they left at 2:45, which wasn't a scheduled bus time, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Today was the last day of our rental, so we spent the day exploring the capital Naha before we had to return the car near the airport. Shuri Castle was the administrative center and the residence of the Ryukyu kings for several centuries, and it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There was a fire in 2019 that destroyed the main building of the castle, and renovations are expected to be complete by 2026. If you visit now, you'll see what the reconstruction efforts look like.
They call this the Road to Revival. You can even see what it looks like underneath or inside where they are rebuilding everything. Here's a cool souvenir idea. You can get one of these blank cards, which can also be a postcard. Slide it in there. This is one of the nicest stamps that I've seen.
While there are portions of the park that requires a ticket, there are other parts of the park that are actually free to visit.
Officially finished the route that was in the inside of the castle, which is the paid portion. And I have to say, I am capital U underwhelmed. Otherwise, come in 2026 when renovation is done. Before we leave though, we are gonna go over to the gate, which is at the entrance by the parking. Luckily, you know, now that I've been in Japan for 2 months, I'm starting to adapt to these Japanese customs, like having a towel with you, get off my sweat.
The Churaumi Gate, which is one of the most famous and recognized symbols of Okinawa, can be visited for free. After your visit, there are several souvenir shops, snack shops, and a restaurant that you can visit as well.
We got some ice cream. This is 4 flavors. I think it's mango, beni imo, vanilla, and acerola. I think it's like a cherry, I think. Ooh, yummy! All the flavors of the island. You know, these Japanese gift shops never fail me. If you're coming to Okinawa, here are some Okinawa limited haichus. Next stop of the day is the Fukushuen Garden. Tickets were 200 yen each and it's cash only. I think if you come later in the day, it's cheaper, but the 9 to 6 o'clock tickets are 200 yen.
This garden was constructed in 1992 to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the sister city relationship between Naha and Fuzhou in China. The entire garden was built using materials from Fuzhou, and it was meant to look like the traditional gardens from that city. The garden is pretty small and you won't need to commit a lot of time here. There are several bridges, a koi pond, and a Chinese pavilion to explore, and there's lots of places for photo ops. If you're looking for some lunch and want to try some local Okinawan food, you can head over to Makishi Public Market to pick your ingredients on the first floor and then have it cooked for you on the second floor. Known by the locals as Okinawa's Kitchen, the market reopened in its original location in March 2023 after renovations.
Not a Cupid doll. Which one do I want? I don't want the pig. Do I want the one with the pineapple or with the, I think the bitter melon, right, is cuter. This is the second floor where they cook your 3-course seafood, but you can also order other things on the menu too. So it's like a couple different restaurants here, or a few different restaurants.
Our last stop before returning our car was visiting Kokusaidori Street, the main shopping and entertainment street for tourists.
So many goodies. Look at all the Spam merch. Spam Okinawa. It's Doraemon as a whale shark. Oh, or one of the lions. Cute. Or Doraemon as a pineapple. Doraemon as a bitter melon.
Along the street, there are several covered shopping arcades that are filled with more shops, bars, and restaurants. This is a spot where you can shop your heart out. You can easily spend a couple hours walking, shopping, and eating down the street and explore the covered arcade that branches off from the main street.
Wow, I'm blown away. Look at the 7-Eleven. It has Pikachu. We are at a place called Tori Gokoro Chicken Heart, and we're not ordering any chicken heart. We got the fried chicken with vinegar and tartar sauce. Is something that I actually bought from Lawson's when I was in Hokkaido, and that bowl was so freaking good, or else I would have never known about this dish. Taco pizza's here and it looks so good.
And since we were now carless and the rental shuttle dropped us back off at the airport, we took the Yambaru Express bus back to Nago.
So we could either take this one, which is, it's about the same time, it's like a 5-minute difference, but this one is like 600 yen more or 800 yen, so we're just gonna wait 5 more minutes and take this one.
So
great news.
Right? Yeah.
So for the express bus, you can actually pay with credit card or Passmo, and you basically tell the driver which stop you're getting off at, and then he calculates it for you. And then
the bus was easy to figure out and pretty comfortable. It's a convenient option if your accommodation is located near a drop-off point. However, since most points of interest in Okinawa Island are pretty spread out, don't expect it to be the most time-efficient option. Our ride back to our Airbnb took us 2 hours, and if we were to drive, it would take about 1 hour and 15 minutes. On day 4, we took another day trip, this time to Sesoko Island. No ferry ride is required to get to the island as it can be easily reached by car or public transportation.
So once you get on board, you take your ticket and then you pay at the end. So it's not a flat rate. There's a board over there that will tell you, depending on what stop you are and what number you are, how much your total fare will be. I had to study all of this. Had no idea. Why is public transportation so confusing sometimes? They only take exact change, but what they have is a change machine. So you can break up smaller bills, get your change, you slip your ticket into the slot, and it'll tell you how much you owe, and you stop dropping the change in.
Sesoko Island is small and has 2 main beaches that can be reached by foot. The first and smaller of the 2 is Anchihama Beach, which is located right beneath the bridge that gets into the island. The second is Sesoko Beach, which is located on the northwest part of the island and is about a 20-minute walk from Anchihama Beach. If you plan on driving to Sesoko Beach, nearby parking is available for 1,000 yen per day.
You want to rent donuts, whatever they're called, chairs, umbrellas, snorkels, life jackets, diving shoes, diving fin. You can shower here, you can rent a towel here. You come unprepared, no worries, you can get it here. Venomous marine life in Okinawa is very real. Sea snakes, which we 100% swam by and saw the other day. I found a little stall or kiosk that sells food. You got your standard curry rice, taco rice, fried chicken, drinks, shaved ice. Right, we got our umbrella, our chairs, my life vest, my snorkel. I'll put everything on the screen how much it costs. I think it was... So we are allowed to just swim where it has that blue border, which isn't very... I mean, it's big, but I don't think it's very deep. You know, we're gonna make the best of it. So I got out of the water, and Jose said this is the saddest beach he's ever been to. He actually refuses to get in the water because it's knee deep. But if you come to the beach, I think it's pretty kid friendly. I mean, there's a lot of people are snorkeling, but the thing is that it's so shallow. You have to wear water shoes, or else your feet are gonna get messed up. Well, not messed up, it'll be painful, but there's a lot of rocks in the water. But I think if the day was sunny and like it stopped raining, if the weather was a little bit nicer, the sun was out, this would be like a super relaxing place to hang out. That's another island, and that one is also an island. That one's called Mina Island. It's very small. It's a shape of a croissant. So we left the beach and we want to get some food before we head back into the main island. So we're at Cafe Halos. So this one only has curry, so it better be some bomb curry. So we have our 21-year-old tortoise over here. He's chilling because it's rainy and he doesn't like it. The guy said that when they first got him, he was the size of the palm of their hand. Look at him now. It's funny seeing their shells like lifted up like that. Okay, this is the Okinawa curry. The owners came by when they dropped this off to let us know. They showed us the peppers that they use that are from Okinawa, that they grind up, and then they use it as a finishing spice, and then a piece of cheesecake as a palate cleanser. Passion fruit enzyme drink, which I need to stir. Ah, it's mosquitoes. This is the blue cheese and goat cheese cheesecake.
Twice a year.
This is Dragon Ball.
We call it Dragon Ball. Right?
Yeah.
Twice a year, right? Yeah.
They have a rooftop here where you can see the sunset. Not today though, because today is it's been raining, but this could have been us.
And that wraps up my 4-day guide to Okinawa Island. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Arigatou gozaimasu for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.